From the moment I first saw Claude in the Three Houses trailer, I just had a feeling that he would be my favorite of the Three Lords. I didn't anticipate, however, that he also would become my favorite Fire Emblem character of all time. Hi, I'm Promise, and I make daily-ish Ether Reads Fae content on YouTube. I'm also FaeTube's resident Claude sim. I have a +10 of Academy Claude and Brave Claude, and I have a +6 Legendary Claude who will hopefully be maxed out soon too. I do my best to use all three Claudes as often as I possibly can when I play Ether Reads. Claude is a character who is so interesting because he's unlike lords we've seen in the past. He tends to avoid direct confrontation when not absolutely necessary, preferring to do his work in the shadows through deception and trickery. Despite that, he is a fundamentally good person with ideals that make him want to improve the lives of those around him. This juxtaposition of his two sides is extremely intriguing, and I can't help but feel like his characterization in Three Houses would have been greatly improved by delving into some of his more questionable tactics outside of just alluding to it in a few supports. Having grown up as a half Almiran, half Fodlenian child, he was uniquely attuned to discrimination and racism right from the day he was born. Although Three Houses doesn't delve into his childhood much, we can infer that he likely experienced racism from both Almirans and Fodlenians, because his father was from Elmira and his mother was from Fodlan. This is a big part of what shaped his personality and ideals as an adult and as a leader, and it leads to his dream of opening Fodlan to the outside world and breaking down barriers. His methods for obtaining his goals are quite different from both Dimitri and Edelgard. He views war and direct violence as a last resort, preferring to resolve disputes behind the scenes or diplomatically. Claude is the only lord who can actually stay alive in all four routes in Three Houses, which just shows that he's willing to allow others to take charge and achieve his dreams if he thinks that they are more worthy and more capable of achieving them. Just take a look at the Blue Lions route, where he gives up Failnaught and the Alliance to Dimitri because he knows Dimitri is better suited for taking charge in that situation. Some people see him as selfish and disinterested and lazy for this, but I think it just demonstrates that he is not bound by his own ego and pride, and ultimately just wants what is best for the world, even if that means him stepping aside and leaving the work to someone else. In terms of personality, Claude is portrayed to be easygoing and charismatic, and he has the most out-of-house supports out of all three lords. However, he keeps those around him at an arm's length, never divulging any important personal information to people who he is not extremely close with. He also gives off an air of nonchalance, which leads people to believe that he doesn't take his duties seriously, but in reality, he's actually a cunning strategist with a lot of political and tactical knowledge. When it comes to Claude, he is a perfect example of a character who is much more than meets the eye. Overall, Claude is so intriguing because of all these contrasts that we see in his character. He is distrustful of most people, but deeply loyal and protective towards his close friends. He is ruthless and willing to use underhanded methods to achieve what he wants, but he also dislikes violence and is willing to step aside and allow others to achieve his dreams for the greater good. We have simply never seen a lord like him before in the past, and that is why he is my favorite Fire Emblem character.